Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the 8th of January of 2022. Everyone, today is a very important day as Venus retrograde is closing up an 8-year cycle. Now the mid-cycle is 4 years ago, so looking at 4 years back, 8 years back, 16 or so every 4 years or every 8 years you can look back and see how it pertains to you and your personal life. Venus is what we love. It does speak to matters of love as well as our values, our money, what is important to us, what makes us feel good, loved and nurtured. Any matters to do with beauty, Venus is that. Now Venus is closing up a cycle. She's coming into the embrace of the sun in a few hours, which is a very important point, which marks a cycle. Now remember, number 8 is the infinity symbol as well. Maybe it's a loop that you've been in, possibly could be changing, ending to begin something new. A loop I see as karma as well. Now Venus is retrograding in the sign of Capricorn. Happy birthday, dear Capricorn, if you are celebrating today. Now we've all got Capricorn somewhere in our chart, in our lives. That area of life which has been an uphill battle. It will be different for each of you depending on your rising sign. So Capricorn is Saturn ruled, so it's not an easy time for love, as Venus is getting ready to be reborn, and she's remembering back to when she was first born after that battle of Uranus and Saturn, a clash of those titans that were fighting for the position of power. So Pluto's also in Capricorn. It does speak to power struggles in relationships, not only romantic but also family. So let's see, as it's an important day today, let's take a divine spread, which I usually do on a Sunday. Doesn't matter. Instead of giving you a daily message, let's just read the energies, what's going on as the moon has ingressed into Aries, and it's coming up to Chiron, which speaks to emotional wounds, psychological, physical, mental. Let's see, dear spirit, archangels, Archangel Michael and Lophiel, especially, who are my spirit guides, please guide me. And I want to thank you all also for commenting, liking and subscribing, and yesterday's grand tableau, which is a 2-hour reading, which is not an easy reading. Thank you for taking the time out to comment and let me know if you like it or not, so that I know to repeat it. Let's see what's going on 8th of January, or roughly around there. Remember, these are energies. Energies can change from one minute to the other. Let's see what's going on in anything it is that we love. What is the cycle that's closing up, or a chapter that's ending to restart, possibly with maybe even people or relationships from the past, as Venus is retrograding all the way through to the end of January. We have the 3 of Cups at the foundation. What is hidden? The 2 of Wands, which could be a portal that's opening. Now 3 of Cups at the foundation. This could speak to a past reconciliation or a love triangle or a group effort. Could be in business. I mean, these people are celebrating here. This is the seed that's been planted, right? But it can also speak to other people being in the picture in relation to either someone having a couple of choices in love, needing to make a decision to walk through a portal, okay, and find their balance. Obviously, there's been an imbalance. Recent past, the 8 of Cups, where someone's needed to leave a situation that did not fill all their cups, okay? Someone's invested a lot of emotion here but has not seen the reciprocity or the abundance or the gifts returned to them. What's the action and advice? No, what's happening in the now? I'm sorry, in the now. Oh my God. So on point. So on point. These are limitations. This is the devil. Limitations, restrictions, hard work, karma. Venus is going through a challenge, we know, as even though, yes, as I said, she's remembering when she was born. Now she's got the possibility to be reborn. And I also wanted to mention that because that battle of Saturn and Uranus, Kronos, Saturn, who took the power from his father, but through using that scythe to sever his father's Uranus's genitals. And as they fell into the water, that semen, from there Venus grew. So she has got the memory in her DNA of her birth, and she's reliving this situation now. Obviously a tough situation, and that's why, because she also knows within her psyche that she comes from that battle. She comes from Saturn and she comes from Uranus. And Saturn, obviously, we know the energies of Saturn and the archetype, right, of Kronos, who used to eat his own children. So it's got to do with something karmic, something that has got the possibility to be reborn now, rebirthed once more. For some of us, it will be maybe even to go through the same cycle again if there's still karma that was unresolved. So remember, Kronos and Saturn is the lord of timing, not only karma. So we've got a few months of Venus retrograding in the sign of Capricorn, touching on Pluto as well, which says it's a rebirth, an ending, a possible new beginning, a new chapter in an old situation, or we are totally ending that karmic cycle now and beginning something new. It will be different for each of us. So it's all about timing, and Venus will leave Capricorn early March. So it's going to be difficult and hard work to, and we're going to be tested. We're going through tests. Is this worth working on? That's what we should be asking ourselves. What's crowning this reading? So we've got strong Capricorn here, obviously. Some of us could be in a toxic situation. Obsession comes up with the devil as well. A cycle that's hard to break from. A relationship that's unhealthy. This could also speak to a sexual connection. Now, possibly, and we'll see what the rest of the cards say, remember the seed is what's been planted. And the Three of Cups is some sort of a celebration. Back in the past, I don't know when for you, it was a celebration. There was a lot of happiness. But then obviously something needed to be worked out, worked on, and we needed to be challenged to have that possibility for a rebirth in our lives. Okay, and Venus rules our money as well. So it's our emotional, financial security. So this is not only a love relationship reading. It's about what we value and how we feel nurtured, provided for, or not. Because if we're not feeling that, it's time to move on. It's time to cut that cord. Remember, if the umbilical cord is not cut, then the reborn, that soul that's been reborn, that's been incarnated, cannot breathe. It needs to be able to stand on its own. So it needs to, that umbilical cord means a separation from the mother, from the security, and one being able to stand on their own. That's what the devil is. It's Capricorn, it's hard work. Let's see what is crowning this reading. And we have the Nine of Wands, which says we need to stand strong, believe, keep the faith, even though it's very challenging. We've been hurt, we've been challenged, we've been wounded, our beliefs have been challenged, collectively as well as personally. But the Nine of Wands says we've got the ability to stand. Now this could also speak to, if this is a love connection, someone's sort of blocked. There are two blockages here. The doors are closed right now. But someone is transitioning from the recent past. Let's see what the action and advice is. And we've got the Hierophant, Taurus. So it's all about our values. Yes, some of us may be in a commitment, a very challenging, narcissistic, karmic commitment. Now, commitment doesn't only need to mean marriage. It could speak to being in a group environment. I mean, the Hierophant does speak to groups and associations, right? Hierarchy. In a hierarchy, there's lots of people there. There's lots of scales, lots of steps that one needs to climb. Now, it can speak to family, it can speak to traditions. In this deck here, the Hierophant is a very narcissistic, challenging, it's a faceless, nameless, what's the word I'm looking for? Hierarchy or positions of power. It's like a power. It's a battle of power, just like it was in mythology. Okay, now power is usually with the strongest, those that are in positions, in high positions. So it could speak to ego, strong ego, religion, religious ideas, challenges, differences. Yes, our faith is challenged obviously here. So we've got Taurus and Capricorn. This is a fair bit of Earth. Remember, Earth is stable. It's all about reality. And of course, Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is more the materialistic side of Venus. So some of us could have been in a position where we're needing that physical security, and that could be based on someone's financial standing, maybe even someone needing to follow traditions. It's hard to break. Remember, the Hierophant being Taurus. Taurus is fixed earth, so changes are not easy. But remember, Uranus is transitioning through Taurus, through a Venus-ruled sign. Now, Venus and Uranus would be unexpected good surprises or bad surprises, where someone's wanting freedom out of something that was very you could see these two people that are bowing down to this person or this energy that's in a position of power. I think that this is a battle from within that we are going through, that someone's going through. This is a battle of strength. This is a battle of our beliefs. Sometimes those dogmatic ideas, that idealism, that this is how things used to work and this is how they should stay, that's also being challenged right now, and we need to take off those blinders. As you can see, he's a faceless, cold figure here who uses his power, and he's holding on to a whip. This is like someone being punished. This is punishment. This is someone staying in a marriage, in a commitment where they've sacrificed a lot, and this is very unhealthy. This is something that we need to overcome. This is something that we need to push forward with and stay strong within our beliefs. Now, if this is a challenging moment or a challenging chapter where, you know, relationships are on their way out, if it's been something unhealthy, then this is what you need to realize. This is what you could be awakening to and realizing that someone maybe has overstepped their boundaries. They've used and abused this connection, their power. Remember, it's the Hierophant, which is a number 5. Now, for some of you, you could be in between two situations here where you're feeling you could be connected to a twin flame connection, to a spiritual connection, where this is what you're not understanding, and this is what you're trying to figure out, because the devil, we know, can be rewarding after putting in the work, but the devil is a darker shade. It's Venus is in Capricorn is taking on that darker side, and she's connecting with Pluto. So jealousy, rejection, someone not knowing their worth, not believing in their ability to be loved, nurtured, and provided for. This is self-worth issues as well. And Venus on top of Pluto also speaks to a secrecy in love matters, secret sexual connections, because the devil also does speak to sexuality, a very strong sexual pull, right? Being attracted in a very unhealthy way to an unhealthy relationship. This could also speak to secrecy with sexual tendencies. So maybe even with Pluto there and in Capricorn, someone being forced to speak, to come out of the darkness and speak, to release karma. Truth always is, at the end of the day, is what will bring the positive outcome, even though it's not easy. Let's see what the possible outcome is. We have the Two of Pentacles, so things are still being up in the air. It's challenging. We've got a couple of twos, and I wanted also to mention that this year of 2022 is 222, 3 twos in a row. Twos can speak to balance, harmony, fairness, justice. They can also speak to choices. Obviously, 222 does add up to a 6, which is the Lovers. This is choices in love, using, you know, your head and your heart and going with what your heart is telling you, not what your mind is telling you. Because what your mind is telling you sometimes can be perceived in a wrong way. It's the heart. It's the heart chakra that connects to our third eye, right? And to our higher self. That's what we need to listen to. Let's see how the planetary positions, energies, frequencies are helping or hindering at this time. We have the Chariot, so we've got Capricorn and Cancer. This does speak to someone's goals, aspirations, things to do with career and their home life, their emotional security. Are they feeling safe and secure where they're living? Is someone needing to overcome obstacles, stop being scattered and move forward, take action for themselves and in their own life? This could also speak to a house move where someone could be leaving. They're ready at the last moment to get busy, to move on from something that was dark, narcissistic, challenging, which challenged their beliefs on many, many levels. Wow, we've got the Four of Wands, so that Two of Wands turns into the Four of Wands. The portal, here we've got 1111, everyone. And this is, in this deck, we see two people with different backgrounds coming into an understanding that there can be balance, there can be love that's shared even though there are such huge differences in religion, in their upbringing, whatever it is, people coming together and finding their happiness. Even though the Cancer card is the number 7, we're turning a corner. 7 years is a Saturnian difficult corner that we are turning. Oh my goodness, everyone. Thank you, Spirit. We've got the Ace of Cups. This is a possible new beginning. This is our cup being filled, runneth over, actually. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. And we've got the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is ready to go on that journey. Remember, this is Sagittarian energy. Someone's flying in. They're not only covering, they're not covering distance over land, but they're flying in. Someone's seen the truth. He's riding on an eagle. So there's a strong perception, that Aquarian, intelligent, right mind, that ability to see through the darkness, through the illusion. This is a very intelligent knight that's coming in. He's moving towards what he desires. And this can be, as I said, a physical move. This can also speak to the blessings of Jupiter that's ingressed into Pisces. Okay, so Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. We've got Taurus, we've got Capricorn, we've got strong water, Cancer, more so than other water signs. Let's see. We've got the Page of Swords, which says someone's been doing their homework. This could speak to messages, some truth. Someone's running with what they desire. They've seen the light through communication, through maybe even studying a situation. Remember that the Page of Swords is also someone who could be checking you out on the internet. We've got the Ten of Pentacles, which can speak to a cycle ending. Ten of Pentacles ends an abundant chapter. Now, I'm not reading reversals. So someone, if this was in the reverse, we would have been talking about, we're not at the Ten of Pentacles yet, because the Nine of Pentacles is the single card. Someone knows their worth and they're feeling abundant in their Garden of Eden, but in their emotional life, are they balanced? Are they happy? Are they fulfilled? Obviously, someone here is going through that journey. They're willing to go through the darkness and overcome any fears. The fears of power, the fears of not feeling good enough, being someone's second choice. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, another 7. Talk about being stuck, right? Seven of Pentacles. This could be a 7-year thing, going on to 10 years for others of you. I suppose for some of you it could be 7 months, 10 months. Let's see what the Karma Dharma is for the 8th of January, or whenever you listen to this video, whenever you receive this message. What is the message, Archangel Michael, please? What is the Karma Dharma in relation to today's reading, to the energy of this spread? And I will take more tarot in a little while. Let's see. What do we need to know? Please guide Archangel Michael. No. This is the card that jumped. Thank you. And we have the Chariot. So strong Cancerian energies. We've got a full moon in Cancer on the 17th, 18th of January. Actually, everyone, that's the day that Uranus is turning direct. So expect the unexpected. Wow. Cancer. Cancer speaks to emotional happiness in where we are residing. This could also be a change of living situations, of course. Someone's maybe leaving a home, somewhere where they did not feel happy, safe, nurtured and provided for. This could also be someone strategizing and planning that. and may be doing it in the time of Cancer. Let's take some Lenormand. Now, because Cancer is also the mother, it rules the parents, the mother. For some of you, you could be parents. So for some of you, this could also be some of your children moving away from home, being able to stand on their own. Remember that cutting of the umbilical cord, something that we were attached to. And that's the first, remember, taking the first breath of oxygen, which can be a literal necessity these days with what's been going on in life. What's going on here? We've got the Divine Masculine who holds, he's the Ace of Cups here. We've got the Star, so it does point to a wish fulfillment. Six of Cups, nostalgic, feeling nostalgic, anything to do with children. Six of Cups is a relationship from the past. Yes, this could be someone that's entering your life. Could be someone that's getting single. If they were in a narcissistic, dark commitment, whether it was business, whether it was family, whether it was marriage. And 16 is also the Tower, which is Uranus and Mars. This could be the Divine Masculine reaping up the courage to take action towards what their heart desires. Wow, okay, so the stars are aligning for a choice. There's the 22, twos. And this is the Queen of Pentacles, so she's very much like the Empress. Queen of Pentacles is usually a mother. So Capricorn, a Virgo, or Taurus for some of you. The choice that someone's making has got a lot to do with motherhood, with someone's security, financial, emotional. And there's a hesitation here. This could take 6 to 7 weeks. This is someone's values on a higher level. This is Venus in Libra. And there's an opportunity. Those of you that have had difficulty in getting out of a toxic connection, there's an opportunity that will open for separation. Now, decisions are very important here. Let's take one more. And we have the Eight of Swords. Someone's worried about their fame, their fortune, their standing out there in the world, so their name out there in society. But we know that the Garden speaks to a lot of happiness. Now, it's a number 20, which reminds me of the Judgment card. This is Uranus in Aquarius, and we know that Uranus is turning direct on that full moon in Cancer, so I'm just wondering what's going to happen with that. This is someone's public affairs. This is also teamwork, networks, and the ability to become famous, well-known in someone's society, in their environment. This also speaks to someone's culture. That's why maybe it's a difficult choice. But there are second chances, and I feel that there's the ability to have that blessing from Spirit. Remember, the Judgment card does speak to second chances. Let's see what's at the bottom. And we've got the Tower. The Tower does speak to solitude, difficulties, delays. This is Saturn in Capricorn. It can speak to arrogance as well for those of you that are dealing with someone that has been quite egotistical, or maybe comes from a background where they have positions of power. Remember, ego comes along with power as well. I feel that this is a humbling energy here. That's the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is that we're transitioning from conflict over to serenity, and that can speak to an actual move as well. Let me just restart my camera. Let's take an energy oracle card to see what's going on. 8th of January, please, Spirit. 8th of January. Venus in the arms of the sun. We know that the sun speaks to true love, clarity, healing, confidence, flirtation. How I see Venus in the arms of the sun, that Kazemi point, it's like being zapped by the sun. The sun will burn what needs to fall away, what's been holding love back, what's been holding abundance back. The sun is zapping the karma out of our lives, is zapping, is burning those layers that have been holding us back and feeling heavy. And the sun also heals Venus. And we've got all tied up and it's in the reverse. I absolutely love to see it in the reverse. Let's quickly read that message. And it's a 23, which is a number 5 again. So we've got 5, 5, 5. 3 5s are 15. 5s do speak to changes. 23 on the hour clock is an 11. Let's read the card, the reversed message, since it was in the reverse. Let's see. This card reversed is telling you that the ties that bind are about to break loose. A previously stuck situation is opening up and the restrictions are clearing out. And that's on a collective scale as well, because I feel that we've been tied up, all tied up for the past couple of years. I do feel that there's a sense of loosening up where maybe even with Uranus moving direct, it's a time of not being all tied up, stuck within 4 walls and feeling a sense of freedom on many levels. So a previously stuck situation is opening up and the restrictions are clearing out. This card reversed also indicates that you are ready to break free. There's that Uranus, that tower. To break free from the habits and patterns that have kept you tied up for so long. Get ready to free yourself. You have all the power and clarity at this point. So untie the binds of the patterns that have stopped you from being authentic and empowered. There's the power struggle. It's a time to feel empowered. Now is the time to liberate yourself. So liberation, that's why Venus is connecting with Pluto. She's hoping to be liberated from the karma, the bounds that she's been stuck within, the walls, the restrictions. Remember that Venus on the sun, with the sun, dining with the king. This is a big, huge, loving embrace from spirit, from the archangels, from God, whoever it is you believe in. I want to take 3 Mystic Moon oracles before I take another layer here. So dear Spirit, this is also the 8 of Swords, which is someone's perception, a difficult perception about what will they say? What will they say? I mean, this is what I've hoped for, says the Divine Masculine here. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Divine timing, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Conclusion, we've got the key. This is an open wound. It's like that open wound of Chiron. Remember today, in the next few hours, the moon is going to be on Chiron in Aries, where someone did not believe in taking that initiative to move forward. They're still dealing with that open wound, but they're emotionally strong now. And with Jupiter in Pisces, they're holding on to believing that it's possible to find that solution to that open wound of feeling lack. I'm not good enough. New direction. Spring. Action. And twin flame. I've never seen, I just got the goosebumps. I have never seen in this deck, which is usually quite it leans to the negative side. It's more of a, it's a deck that speaks to harsh truths, harsh love, tough love. And many times we need to be able to detach and see things not from those rosy colored glasses, but from harsh truthful positions. Now, these are the most positive cards that I've ever had as, from a reading, even in my personal readings. I've never seen 6 cards that are so positive. Spring speaks to the flowers bloom. It does also indicate the time of spring, that action will be taken towards a twin flame. And of course, spring is, in the northern hemisphere, is the season of Aries, which is fire. Fire does speak to burning those things that you need to let go of. That's what I spoke of before as well. And having the ability to communicate, to give life to something that was very challenging. Okay? Fire does speak to desire and the ability to move forward. And May 11th, Jupiter steps into Aries. So if that's not a lot of fire and a lot of life and movement and taking action, then I don't know what is. But it's all happening in divine timing. There will be a conclusion, a resolution, maybe a new key, new home. Okay? So be patient. That's what the cards are saying. There is a new direction that Venus will take for all of us collectively as well as personally. I know you cannot see all the cards here, but unfortunately they don't all fit on my table. And the divine timing card is also, it's Jupiter. Let's take some more tarot. Remember, the general energy was that Knight of Wands. Why do we have the 3 of Cups at the foundation? And the 2 of Cups, that's 5 cups, and this is a soulmate connection. Again, it shows 2 people that are come from different areas of the world. You can see here, this is all about finding balance and harmony. Now, because I'm not reading reversals, we've got 5 cups. So there's a sense of detachment where there could be a spiritual connection here, a harmonizing, even though there's differences, relationship. The seeds have been planted for that, but there was obviously external noise with that 3 of Cups. Now, both parties here felt very lucky in the past, felt really blessed. But it's the 5 of Cups, which says also that there was regrets or something that needed to change, because it's not the 6 of Cups. There's no balance. Let's see what's hidden here with that 2 of Wands, because what we see here is he's holding onto a bird. He receives a message. We've got the World card. There is Venus preparing to be rebirthed or take that challenge, or she could be, the portal is opening for world travel, for traveling to a distance, for closing up, ending a major karmic cycle, possibly here. And in the World card, we've got Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, which are the 4 fixed signs. And in Taurus, Scorpio is where the eclipses will be happening. So it's all about our values. It's all about Venusian matters. Do we feel safe, secure? Do we feel that we are worthy to stand strong? Do we feel the pressure of the power or the riches that come from other people? So many people stay in relationships because of the partner's income. That's Scorpio. That's money coming through from others. But there's power in, because Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and there's power in Venus connecting with Pluto 3 times. Okay, let's take one more. Venus on Pluto does speak to death and transformation. We've got the 5 of Cups. There it is. There is the 5 of Cups. So what we don't know is that someone is mourning and regretting not taking action in the past, not maybe dealing with something earlier, maybe not making the right choice. Let's take that Eight of Cups, because they move on. They move on. They leave something that maybe they're leaving regrets as well, and hoping, because the stars here do promise Six of Cups, which means a balance and a harmony, maybe even with a past connection. Now, Six of Cups can also speak to someone staying because of the children. Okay, someone staying because they felt challenged. They felt fear, right? Fear. They didn't know that they could stand on their own and overcome these harsh energies. Both these cards are very karmic for me. They're very Saturnian, even though the Hierophant is Taurus. Remember that Taurus is being hit by Saturn. The square of Uranus and Taurus, all of 2021, was very humbling. Now, in 2022, Uranus has got the higher hand, the higher position. So the changes will happen. So here something was seen, studied, or communicated that maybe helps someone sever something that they could not fulfill, a happy situation that they could not fulfill, therefore there. And it does relate to spiritual growth as well. Someone's soul searching and studying, doing their own study. And remember, this is Gemini, where the North Node is. So it hasn't been easy. Choices are not easy these days. And it's probably got to do with this divine masculine. The Devil in the now. Eight of Pentacles. Someone's ready to do the work. Someone's maybe trying to secure, maybe they stayed in a situation trying to secure their beloved, the things that they love. Remember, he's putting a roof on top of his pets, his money, so he's trying to secure. He's worked very, very hard. That's the Eight of Pentacles. That's Virgo energy. Let's take one more there. And we've got the Virgo card, the Hermit. So that's why someone's been in their cave. Now we've got three major arcana, which are all the earth signs. So whatever Venus is doing in Capricorn is proving to be very positive for Taurus and Virgo as well. Now we've all got Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn in our chart. Okay? Where is it for you in your own personal life, in your birth chart? Where do you have Capricorn? Where is Venus retrograding? Those of you that need clarity and want help with that, you can always reach out and get a personal reading from me. We could look at your chart and I can enlighten you in that relation, in what the stars are doing for you. Let's look at that Nine of Wands. So this is the crowning area, crowning card. Remember, we had that Knight of Wands who is bringing that 10th wand to end this burden. We've got two nines here, and the Hermit is also a 9. Nines speak to endings. We're ready for new beginnings. We're preparing for new beginnings. We've got the wish fulfillment, a genie in a bottle. Receiving the rewards. That's what Saturn does. Saturn provides the rewards after we've proven that we've got the strength in those knees, and what we're working towards and what we're hoping for is worth the effort and worth sacrificing for. Let's see what the Hierophant is. And we've got the Six of Wands. We've got the Leo card here. So this does speak to ego. Someone who is very well known in their society, holds a position of power. Ego does come along with this, but also this speaks to success in getting out of those dogmatic old beliefs, letting go of whether it was religion stopping, tradition stopping, idealism stopping this connection. Also, because the Hierophant speaks to religion and what we believe in, remember that the South Node is ending now in Sagittarius, which is that we're dropping everything that was holding us back and going possibly on that adventure, wanting to be jovial, take that risk, run with our desires, run with the wisdom that we've acquired these past couple of years. For some of us, it could be longer than a couple of years. And remember that after the Hermit, we have the Wheel of Fortune. We're one step before that. And we've got it, in a sense, here in the Divine Timing card. Divine Timing and the Wheel of Fortune, it speaks to fate and karma, of course. And when we can overcome those fears, those dark fears and that Saturnian limitation. Let's see what's going on with the Two of Pentacles, potential outcome. And we've got the Judgment card right on the 20, which I said, this is exactly what I think we're dealing with. So second chances, but this is a moment of crisis. That is not an easy decision. Twos. Because this is a 20 and it breaks down to a 2. This is Scorpio and Pluto. This is spirit guides saying that it's time to resurrect your life. Stop trying to decide. In front of you are the choices. Make a choice and move on. Well, make a choice. But, take off those blinders, of course. Listen to your heart. And it's time to make a choice and move forward. This is a critical moment because on the 18th as well, we have the nodes shifting into Taurus and Scorpio. So the 18th, before or after, just before, just after, is a critical moment when the energies change greatly. And this is probably big decisions that will be made on the day or coming up to those days. Today is the 8th. I'm going to say from now until the 18th. Very, very important moments to break free. Let's take a couple more cards here. We have the Three of Wands. Turning our back on anything unhealthy. We've got the 2 here and the 3 there. We're waiting on our ships to come through. Messages are coming in. Look at all those eagles. Look at all those messages, that intelligence. We've got the 5 of Wands, another 5. So I did say 3 5s are 15. Hold on, we said we said 5 and can't remember which were the 5s now. 5 and 5. We did say 15. Anyway, I think here we are, 5 again. I think we've reached up to the number 25, which does equal the 7, which is the Chariot. So this can be a little bit of conflictual about sending out those messages. Remember, we've got 5 wands and 3. That's 8 wands. 8 wands, taking action, getting unstuck. And 10 of Swords, closing the door. The darkest before the dawn is here. Remember that 10s equal aces. 10 of Swords, leaving those who challenged us, who tricked us, who were not meant to be in our lives anymore. They need to fall away. Let's see what's at the bottom. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. This promises something long-term, something of value. Okay, so some of you could be closing the door on an air sign. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Let's take the divine position. Remember, the divine helps or hinders. We have the Knight of Cups, Pisces, unexpected. Well, I said Pisces here, logically it's Scorpio card, but because he's riding on a fish, this could be Scorpio, but it could be someone coming in with an offer very unexpectedly, just out of the blue. And we've got the Ace of Swords. We just had the Ace of Pentacles. There's 3 aces. Of course, this is severing ties and letting go of anything to do with delusion, disillusion, deception. Because where there's been a lack of clarity and misunderstandings, even with Mercury now retrograding on the 14th of the month, Mercury and Venus still retrograding until the end of January. This is obviously situations, people, and matters coming up from the past to let go of, if that is what's necessary. This is proof that this will be the Ace of Swords, which is a gift. This is a tool that is provided to us, whether it be truth, whether it be legalities, having the upper hand, having that intelligent mind, to know where we could be delusional ourselves. This is Jupiter in Pisces, which can bring us magic, but it can also bring us clarity in all that confusion. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. And we have Page of Wands. So someone's ready to take that initiative, that leap of faith. Remember that this is a messenger. He's listening to information, getting information from the grapevine. 3 birds are up here. They're signs and synchronicities for me. This actually happened in real life for me, where we had an electrical line in front of my place, and we had 3 swallows, and the 2 were facing one way and the 3rd was facing the other way. This happened 3 days in a row as I was opening the door to step out of my home. And 3 days in a row. On the 3rd day, I had 2 visitors, and the 3rd family member who did not visit, that was the swallow that was looking the other way. So these are signs and synchronicities, things that actually do happen. Okay, so pay attention. You could be finding out information from others, from friends. This could be, the finding out things off the grapevine from other people, through gossip, through connecting with others. So, Page of Wands, ready to go on that journey, on that adventure. And we've got the Emperor here, everyone. It's really interesting here that we don't have a king or a queen. We only had a couple of knights and a couple of pages. Here is the Emperor, someone who's ready to take a position of power. Hopefully he's not someone who has used their power in an unhealthy way. Okay, we've also got the sign of Taurus here. So Aries, Taurus, could be any other sign, everyone. It's someone who is in a position of power, someone who's probably dealing with a lot. Could be this divine masculine. And the Queen of Wands. So we've got a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries here. Again, this could speak to power struggles or a group effort. You could see how powerful and how attractive she is. And justice. This could also speak to divorce between, an Emperor and a Queen of Wands. Or this speaks to karma coming into balance. The portal opens for these 2 powerful people to come together. I don't know. Because in the past, there was a heavy burden here. Someone's seen the light. 10 of Wands is ending something. And the Page of Cups, and it shows 3 people. So someone was only able to offer a very small cup because maybe of a child or having other obligations or who knows what. Let me just check this out. We've got the card of conflict, number 11, the whip, which speaks to discussions, debates, oppositions, objections. So it's been really tough. It can speak to legalities as the portal, and it's the Knight of Wands, which was at the bottom of the deck. So he or she who is taking now action because they've seen the light, they're ready to risk to manifest their desires. They're ready to travel, to move. They felt very blocked and conflicted by restrictions, by maybe even the lockdowns. The Tower, Saturn and Capricorn, maybe it's just about delays. This also speaks to someone being in solitude and needing to find themselves, soul searching with the Hermit there. And we've got the Clover, a window of opportunity for equal giving and receiving for someone to find their balance, or maybe even go through divorce. Why go through divorce? Because the clover is the Six of Pentacles, which is Libra. It's someone who's paying money out. And the moon, Eight of Cups. A secretive, deep, subconscious connection where maybe someone was living in the wrong residence, home, country. And anything that is secretive, this is what Venus in Capricorn on top of Pluto will also be dealing with. Because if you have not seen someone being there in daylight, not only closed behind doors, not only secretly, not only in hiding. Not only. This is Venus trying to come out into the light. And those of you that have been in hiding, in a relationship where someone does not want to, they don't want to sign on the dotted line. They don't want to flaunt your connection to their friends, to their family. Okay, there's something unhealthy there and you really need to look at it. Because love is light. Love is clarity. Clarity is love. Where there's been deception, mysteriousness, mysteries, and a lack of communication and clarity, I do feel that we will be seeing the truth, we will be seeing the light. This is, it's the planets are working like a symphony, coming all together to bring in the desired outcome of that amazing work of art, which is called happiness, love, togetherness for all of us. And I feel that we all play a part in this. We need to stand strong, take on the form of Saturn, stand in integrity, work hard, stand in our truth though, of course, because Saturn is the harsh truth, and take that position of power, which is the Emperor. This is where we need to be. Not even the Empress. If we've been the Empress and we've been loving, nurturing and providing, and that has not been reciprocated, then we need to stand as the Emperor and do what is right. Take the position of leadership. The power is within our hands, it's within our hearts, and it's within our independence, our freedom. Okay, everyone? So I'm really, really loving this. I'm really, really loving this. Okay? Some of you could be leaving a narcissistic connection and moving towards a twin flame, which may be an old flame from the past. It will not be the same for all of you. Someone is taking action here. It could be in the time of spring. New direction, could be physical move as well. This could be also a resolution to something that was quite karmic. This is the chance. Jupiter is magical in Pisces. Jupiter brings the blessings, brings magic. So, before I leave you, let's just restart once more. I would like to take a couple of handwritten love messages. I do apologize, but I am married. I know I lied, but now you know. Ha! Oh boy, Five of Swords. That's the Five of Swords, and you know, that's the 5 that did not show up in the reading. We had the Five of Cups, Five of Wands, and we didn't have the Five of Pentacles either. That's interesting. Let's see. Yeah, there's the Five of Cups here. Let's see what else we've got. We come from 2 very different worlds, but we can overcome this with our love. I think we had this recently. 7 of Wands. Another 7. Different worlds, as I was talking about in this deck. 2 very different sort of people. This quite resonates with the Grand Tableau in some ways. I dreamt of you before I met you, and that's the 4 of Wands, which is also here. Let's see what's at the bottom. I have never loved like this before, and this is the 6 of Wands, which is on top of the Hierophant here in the action and advice. So we've got a lot of fire and air. This can be very explosive, very strong volcanic energies, the desire to push forward, to communicate. So we've got a 10, 17, 22, I think. Oh my God, is that correct? 12 and 4 is 16. 22. Oh my God, 22. Now remember, we had the Queen of Wands there, but we also had the Queen of Pentacles here, who is the minor arcana of the Empress. So just saying that whatever's been going on, where we've felt tied up, it's time to let things go, things that have held us back. It's time to get free. It's time to move towards our desires and the ability to create in our own lives. Come from the heart, remember. We need to come from the heart. Okay, I do feel that Spirit is blessing us. The possibilities are endless here. I want to thank you all so much for joining me once more. I'm wishing you well. Let's hope we're here after 8 years. This is an 8-year cycle, so let's see what's going on 8 years from now, because this is a new beginning. Yes, we're putting a full stop. We're ending and beginning something brand new. Maybe something from the past that has worn a different color, a different outfit. Okay, this is also a transformative energy connected to Venus. So Venus is going through the fire. She's willing to do that so that she could feel alive. Okay, so let's feel alive, and I will leave you with that. Love you all so much. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Blessings.